tuning in to Clink, the recap of all the Queen's horses and all the Queen's men. Yes, and we love the men. It's raining there. Yes. Hallelujah, it's raining men. Oh, yes. Yes, Christian Keys. Yes. Come on now. The scrippers. All right, y'all. So, the men of Eden. All the Queen's men. So we are going to, before we get to season 3 recap, we have to recap episodes 19 and 20 of season 2. Okay, season 2, because we didn't do that. And we didn't do it, but now we know. So we're back in mode with all the Queen's men. Honey, this is our show. Y'all know it's a love-hate relationship with me. Yes. It's a love-hate.
We like the dancing.
Oh. Yes.
We like the shirts off.
Yes.
We like the biceps.
The packages and all that good stuff.
Right. Well, honey, they were showing a lot of package. I was like, oh.
Okay, so yeah. Season 2, episode 19 and 20. So episode 19, you know, we they opened up with Madam and Concierge. Hi, Christian.
Ooh, I had to know that song. Hi, Christian. Mother.
We're going to meet him one day. We are.
Yes, one day soon and very soon. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. We going to play Christian Keys.
All right, y'all. So, Madam and Christian, they just got done doing the zoo. They're in the bed.
And he be looking, and she be so mean to him, and I be like, "Girl, how could you ever be mean to such a
girl? You know, she got that wall up.
But girl,
that wall up,
honey. You done let him. You done let your love come down. I don't know what you got a wall up for.
So she told him while pillow talking. Remember, she was like, if I had to, I would end you right here.
Yes. How you gonna say that after you have the best? Some of the
best. He done blew your back out.
Right.
You want to go, I can end this. I can end you. So he came back with, it wouldn't be that easy.
He let her know. And I think, the concierge, he feeling a certain type of way because I really think that he has feelings for Maryland.
I think so too. But, so she.
The money over her hoes every time.
Right. So, you know, Madam pretty much like, Concierge pretty much like Lotus, which is his wife. Mm-hmm. Like, she pretty much off limits because of how dangerous her family is, because they're in the cartel.
Yes, because we know that Madam doesn't give a what about nobody. She thinks, and the thing I do like about the concierge, and that's how you can tell that he cares about her, he's trying to let her know, like, hey,
I don't want her.
He's trying to show her the different steps to take and how to move, and Madam just don't want to hear any of that.
He's trying to be like, when I move, you move. Just like that. And she's like, I'll move over here.
Right.
You know.
Honey, his fantasy is older than that. Okay, Zaddy.
Girl, you know? Okay, she off limits. Okay. But, of course, you know, our girl, Madam, she ain't trying to hear that because Miss Lotus shot up her club, killing 9 innocent people. And Christian was like, oh, that don't sound like her. She's like, well, you don't know your wife.
See what happened? Lotus got in her feelings. Mm-hmm. She know that Christian may have, that the concierge he's not been interested in a woman like this before. So she takes it upon herself and tries to get close to Madam's enemies.
Mm-hmm. So Madam pretty much alluded to the fact, like, we gonna get her. So
you don't come to my club.
Right, shoot it up, you know. And so, and me not retaliate, like, come on. That's not, where they do that at? You know, not at Club E, not at Madden's, at Madam's house. So Christian calls his brother, Fernando, and tells him to go and check on Lotus to see if she's in the room. So Nando was like, she's not here.
Okay, we're going to rewind a little bit. Mm-hmm. So what happened is, Madam is out cold. She called the concierge while he was laying up in bed with Lotus and said, come and meet me because I want to give you some of this good. And of course, the concierge could not resist. So when he left, she had Blue and the cookie man, Tommy, go and collect Lotus when she was in her sleep.
Mm-hmm. So Fernando tells I want to say Christian tells the concierge, he was like, no, she's not here. He was like, I'm looking for my wife too. So he was like, he's gonna handle that. And so Christian, so concierge, he gets up and he was like, if you've done what I think you've done, like capture her, then at this point we're enemies.
Yeah.
And she said, I never looked at you as anything but. I'm like, girl, come on.
Girl,
stop.
Please. Yes. And then the brother, he like, well, I found out where my wife is, so I'm going to go handle that. Yeah. So we're all like, So what we didn't know is the woman that Blue was messing with was Fernando's wife.
Yeah.
That came out.
Yeah, that came out. So the next scene, we see the new addition to the men, Big D. He's still trying to holler at them, and they both standing side by side with the same curl pattern. Okay.
Yes, but he does have a head full of beautiful hair.
I just want to just put some. I'm not gonna, because they're not paying us. Put some product in it, like to scrunch it, to bring out the definition maybe more. But I was telling Cam, because when we was looking at it, I said I can't really get into him that much because he reminds me what my nephew might look like.
Yeah, in the future. And I was like, well, I don't have no nephew to look like that, so
I can't go there.
Yeah, I get it though, because that would be kind of weird. But right.
So Dime's car won't start, so Big D offers to help.
Because Dime's car got shot up, so he was like, he was gonna help her out, and he ended up being really handy.
He did. Well, so
he was being a perfect gentleman too.
He was, he's from the South, but Dime, she got a guard up because she always think, guys trying to holler and get the sex and hit, which they are. She said you're probably like too much of an asshole to ask me flat out, so right. I know you want it pretty much, but so Blue
is back at her apartment with that what's her name?
Wait a minute, no. So Babyface is in jail, right? So he's in jail. They picked him up for the Miss Patty thing.
Yeah, for Miss Patty's death, they're holding him in the cell.
Yeah, and he sees El Fuego, right? Because Fuego was like, when he was with Doc, I just wanted to slap him like, dude, he was freaking out.
It's like, dude, do you not know who she is? But at this point, he doesn't.
Yeah, he didn't know that Madam was behind everything. But so Doc is just like to tell him to chill, like just chill out. So but he goes to the police station because he wanna talk to the detective.
Because she kept coming around the club trying to tell him like, what? Don't you want to tell me something? And so finally he caved because now he's feeling guilty because his ex-girlfriend's father came looking for her.
Yeah. And
he doesn't get how they cleaned everything up and they made everything go away. He doesn't get. And they keep telling him, look, dude, Madam is saving you because if you go to the police, they're going to lock you up. They're not going to believe anything that you're saying, so just stick to the story. But El Fuego, being the person that he is, he was convicted.
And because at this point he thought he did it. So that's what he went to go tell the detective. So and she on purpose paraded him through the holding part and where Babyface can see him. So we know that Babyface
poked in the bear.
Right. So Babyface calls Doc. And he was like, you won't believe this nigga up in here. He
called Madam.
Right. Let Madam know. So we just taking it story by story. So
they try to call.
Doc calls Madam.
Well, they've been trying to call her. Everybody's trying to call her, but she's nowhere to be found because she like got all this stuff going on with Lotus.
So she tells Doc that this is at the time that they're on the floor now in the club. So she tells Doc, get arrested on purpose, and you and Face handle him pretty much. She gave the order.
So basically, off with his head. I mean, even though she already off.
Yes.
But she tripped me out when she had Lotus in the basement.
Wait, we're not getting to that part yet. So Blue is with Fernando's wife at this point, and
she been hanging out at her house for a little while now.
Yeah, hiding out and stuff. So
his
Fernando's wife thinks that her husband is onto her.
He's tracking her because her phone's acting really crazy.
Yeah. So actually she calls Blue and tell her, but so Blue they're at Madam's house at this point. Again, we let this like jumping. So they're at Madam's house at this point, and Blue was trying to tell Madam, like, look, you sure you want to go through with this? You want to get this chick? You sure you want to kill her because she is connected?
She is connected.
She's trying to warn her.
Madam, I don't think it's a good idea, Madam.
Yeah. And then she was like, they should be.
She's like, you gonna question me?
Right? Like they should be scared of me, like pretty much, you know.
Yeah.
So she's doubling down, saying she's not scared of Lotus. And you know, we know Madam is not.
She crazy because she had somebody create her a guillotine just for her.
Mm-hmm. So that's that night. So the next day we see. So it's daylight now. Big D, but the hood is up on Dime's car, and he tells her to turn it on, and it's fixed. And
she's so appreciative.
She's appreciative, and he wants to take her out on a date.
But she keeps saying
she's saying no. She offered him the money, and guess who walks up? His hating ass.
Here come his punk ass. Man, Amp is pissing me off at this point because Amp is in the club. Let me tell you real quick. Amp is in the club screwing everything that moves. Parading women around Dime, the DJ booth, taking women to VIP, having sex with them, throwing women up in Dime's face, and Dime is just like, wow, I can't believe that you're doing this to me. But she's hurt. And I know that they're spinning the narrative that Amp was hurt, but honey, you deal with that a different way. That's why we know that you probably do have like mommy issues or something.
Right.
That you tripping.
Right. And check out our episode coming up on mommy issues on Thursday. So okay, so Amp is still salty about what happened. You know, that Dime betrayed her. He was like, watch out, bro, because she'll F you and then she'll betray you, you know.
Trying to throw salt, but he don't want the new guy to get it because Dime must have put it down on him because he acting like he acting real soft.
So Diamond and Amp, they're getting into it because Amp was trying to talk to Big D. So Dime chimed in, and so Amp was like, you gonna let this bitch talk for you? And then he was like, Big D was like, hold it with the bitch thing. Hold up with the bitch thing. You know, he like get up in his face a little bit, and then Amp punk ass going to like this.
We don't like you.
Go in the club, like take your butt on, take your butt on.
And then I hated. Then he started throwing up this is my aunt's club.
Right. This is my aunt ish. You know? Right. You wouldn't even claim me your aunt a few days ago.
You ain't want to be bothered.
Now it's your aunt.
So at this point, they have during all this stuff going on, they have Lotus in the basement.
They have Lotus in the basement, y'all. Lotus. And she ain't scared. She's just talking.
She just as hard as Madam because her father is the daggone mafia. She ain't scared of nobody because her father's protected her whole entire life.
Yeah. So she was like, "Oh, I'll cut you a deal." Blah blah blah. Madam was like, "No."
Right? She's talking about, "I won't kill you. I'll just maim you." Why you threaten her? You should have just You should have just left it alone.
And she was still that thing came down so quick.
She had her head in the guillotine. I don't know if at first she was just doing it to scare her.
No,
she was talking about her ish, and she She pulled the thing and
She was like, I got
off
time
with
for
her
all
head
this.
because she's the queen. And so off with her head. And then she told what's the cookie guy name? Tommy, wrap it up and send it to the concierge.
Yeah. So Fernando brings the package. He's carrying it in his under his arm. He gives it to the concierge. He's like, "What's this thing? I don't know." I'm like, "Nigga, aren't you supposed to be like scanning stuff?"
So he gets out his bomb squad thing and starts scanning the box.
But he was like, "It's from Madam." You know, that's what Fernando did say. Like, it's from Madam. So yeah, so he
makes sure
it's not a bomb. Opens it up. Hello, it's Lotus' head.
Looking straight into his eyes.
Yeah. So then we go on to the next episode. Again, you know, the detective bring El Fuego through the cell and facing him and tell him about everything. So at this point, Doc gets arrested and he is in the same cell with, he had to walk up and hit a cop. So that would do it.
And then the little the spy, the white cop who is Casanova, the one that he's spying on them, trying to get information. So at some point, Madam pulls him into her office and tells him, "Oh, we know that you're a spy."
Yeah, well, how that went down was,
and then she shows him.
Yeah, Madam summons Blue and Tommy to go get Casanova, and he's in the locker room, and he's like, "Oh, what you want to see me for?" And then Tommy like, "Shut up, just come on." And they check him down and make sure he's for bugs and all that. So they do bring him in, and still showing that it's a bug somewhere. She told him to strip, and they found that it was in his ear.
In his ear, dummy.
And Madam, that she basically like, she said, "You're gonna work for me. Basically, you're gonna erase some evidence. You're gonna get this, case thrown."
But that was after she took him to the basement and beat his ass.
No, this was I just saw it. It was in her office, and because she brought up the fact that they have some evidence on him,
right? But he kept lying.
Yeah,
he kept lying, and so she was like, "Oh, yes," because then they took him in the basement.
That's season 3.
Is it?
Yeah. I have everything written down specifically. So
we always go out of order anyway. So at this point, her boo, which is Fernando's wife, is at her apartment, and she's calling her frantically, saying, "Oh my gosh, I think he found me. Help, help."
Yeah. So Blue tells Tommy, like, "Look, I gotta handle something right quick. I'll be back." So she leaves Tommy, right? So not Amp, but it is that, but we're gonna stay on that. So what Blue does is she goes over to her house and she squares up with Fernando. Fernando, he sees his wife, he hits her and all that stuff, and so it goes back to
but then while they're there, Blue and him get into it. She pulls her gun, they pull their guns, and they shoot Blue, but thankfully she had on a bulletproof vest.
Yes,
and then her ass fell out the window, and he took his wife with him.
Yes. Then Fernando comes in. So Madam, she goes to her office, right? She sees the concierge. She's shocked. Like, how'd you get in here? Right, how'd you get in here? And he was like, basically, they know who I am. So basically, he told her, you gonna get on this plane and be going to Colombia.
And then he also...
did he know he was talking to? Did he know he was talking about?
But he started to flex a little bit because he was like, I just want to let you know that I have people in here. And she was like, how? Because you can't get through my security. He said, I can when they have 3D guns and 3D bullets.
And it's not detected.
Because they're not metal.
And
she was pissed. She was pissed.
She was
And
pissed.
so he tells her again, "You're going to meet me and you're going to get on this plane."
Mm-hmm.
And she says,
No, I'm not.
"No, I'm not." And she didn't.
She didn't. You know, he tells her it's pretty much going to be a war. No, she didn't. So, Amp is getting it in with this chick, right, in the shower.
That he pranced around in front of
Dime. And he kills her. They know they're getting it in, and he
thrown her
hit
all
her
over
head
the
on
place.
the hook, you know, the shower hooks.
Where you hang your robe up.
Lord.
He throwing her around. And she's a regular.
Head.
And she's a regular.
Her head.
She had brain matter all over the hook. And not his hook, but the shower hook.
Yeah. So, you know, Midnight sees it. So he's freaking out. You know, they tell Blue at first, and then she was like, "Y'all handle it." They tell Madam, and she's like, you know, because Madam was like, she was all over the place. She was overwhelmed after the concierge, so because she shut down the club and everything early. So Dime don't even tip off the gas. She was like, everybody just go home, you know. And so she was like, "Till Midnight, you handle it." So Midnight goes,
he's like, "What the hell?"
Midnight goes to Al. He's like, "What'd she say?" He's like, "She told me to handle it, bro." And he was like, "Well, this is what we gonna do. You know, we gonna get a lot of blankets, wrap her body
They
up,
were going to put
dump.
her in the dumpster, and because the garbage is
It
thrown
comes
out
out at 5 a.m.
But here comes
Dime.
Because she still loves Amp, but she's trying to make sure that she like what's going on. She knows something is going on.
Mm-hmm.
So
and that's it for season 2. Okay, so we're gonna pick up with season 3
next time.
Episodes 1 and 2, which is good. But
so we did have a great setup for season 3.
We did. So how did you feel overall about season 2?
I really did like season 2. I was irritated with how they prolonged Amp's character. Amp, you know, whining and having sex with everybody raw. I'm like, your dick gonna fall off.
Oh, we forgot to. What's his face is back? Rayshawn. Rayshawn is back.
Oh yeah, it was like they brought back their cousin. Rayshawn is
back. He was like, he came up in the club, and so Trumbull was like, "What you doing here?" He was like, "I'm trying to get back on, but they won't let me."
But one more thing we didn't say yet. Madam killed the judge.
Oh yeah, I thought we talked about that.
She electrocuted that behind.
Yeah,
just a recap.
I'm okay with that. Get back on.
Right, but because we got to do that one next. But Rayshawn came back and he was talking about how his internal organs was all messed up and he looking all simple.
Poor thing. He get on my nerve. I guess they're trying to make him be the comic relief, but I'm like, sometimes it lands, sometimes it don't. It's annoying sometimes. But I enjoyed season 2. Like, again, it's like a love-hate with me because of the writing, but it's still entertaining. It
is entertaining, but we just have to call a spade a spade. We still are kind of stumped with the whole repeat. It's a lot of repetition. Say the same thing over and over. Every character says things over and over. It's like Kay. You'd be like, "What?" I'd be like, "Kay,
what?
Your dress is green and black."
Oh, my dress is green and black?
Your dress is green and black.
Oh, okay.
Is your name Kay? It's like, we're writers. We'll be more than happy to come in and add some more dialogue. So we don't know if it's Tyler or if the actors aren't learning the lines that he's giving them, and they're just. But anyway, we're excited about season 3. If you have any concerns or whatever, please like, click, and share. And go to allthingscamandk@gmail.com if you want us to talk about a subject or do a movie review on something.
And let us know what was your favorite part of season 2. Okay, let us know what wasn't your favorite part. Let us know if if they ended on on a anticlimactic note or a climactic note. So just let us know. We want to hear from you. We want to chat with you.
We want
about
to
this,
know
okay?
what you're thinking.
Yes.
Share.
Yeah. So next week, we will come and review season 3. I've seen it all the way up until they stop because see that episode 8,
And I just saw it. So.
and it's it's a doozy.
It's a doozy.
It's a doozy.
But we want to thank you for joining us for
Clink, the recap.
And until next time.
Bye.
Bye.